Desperation has a scent. It is the scent of blood in the water, a silent broadcast that alerts every predator in the vicinity that a wounded animal is near. You have been taught to be passionate, to show you care, to pursue your goals with relentless hunger. But there is a razor-thin line between hunger and desperation, and crossing it is the single most fatal mistake you can make in the game of power. The world does not reward neediness. It devours it. When you look desperate, you surrender all your leverage. You communicate that you have no other options, that your value is low, and that you're willing to accept any terms to get what you want. Machiavelli, in his cold observation of human nature, understood this ruthless rule implicitly. A prince who begs for loyalty will receive none. A leader who appears desperate for victory will inspire no confidence in his troops. Power is a game of appearances, and the appearance of desperation is an immediate declaration of your own defeat. You may feel the gnawing hunger for a job, for a relationship, for a deal, but you must learn to wear the mask of calm self-sufficiency. This is not about suppressing your desire. It is about mastering the art of the hunt. A predator does not look desperate when it stalks its prey. It looks focused, patient, and inevitable. Today, you will learn to kill the scent of desperation within you and replace it with the cold, magnetic aura of a man who needs nothing and therefore can command anything. Lesson 1. The psychology of repulsion. Humans are instinctively repelled by neediness. Why? Because desperation signals a lack of value. It is a subconscious admission that you have nothing else to offer, no other options, no inner wellspring of strength. People are drawn to abundance, to strength, to those who seem to possess a reality that is complete without them. When you project desperation, you are asking someone else to fill a void within you. This is a burden, not an attractive proposition. In a negotiation, the person who needs the deal less, or appears to need it less, holds all the power. They can dictate terms, they can wait, and they can walk away. The desperate person cannot. They are a prisoner of their own need. This applies to every domain of life. In relationships, the person who appears more invested and more fearful of loss is the one who will be controlled. In your career, the employee who desperately needs the job is the one who will be overworked and underpaid. The ruthless rule is this: your inner state of desire must be ruthlessly masked by an outer state of composed indifference. Lesson 2. The signals of the beggar. Desperation is not just a feeling. It is a set of weak signals you broadcast to the world, often without realizing it. You must learn to identify and eliminate them. The first signal is haste, the desperate rush. They reply to messages too quickly. They talk too fast, filling every silence. They push for a decision immediately. This haste communicates anxiety and a fear that the opportunity will vanish. A powerful person moves with a measured, deliberate pace. They are patient because they believe another opportunity will always come. The second signal is over-explaining. The desperate justify their every action, hoping to win approval. They write long emails, they give long-winded answers, they try to argue their worth. This is the behavior of a subordinate seeking validation. Power does not explain itself, it acts. The third signal is excessive availability. The desperate are always free, always willing, always accommodating. Their time has no value because they give it away to anyone who asks. To reverse this, you must treat your own time as your most precious asset. Become harder to reach. Have your own mission. Your scarcity will create perceived value. Stop broadcasting the signals of the beggar, and the world will stop treating you like one. You have now identified the scent of desperation and the weak signals that broadcast it. The next phase is to construct the principles of non-neediness. This is not about becoming a cold, unfeeling machine. It is about cultivating the inner posture of a man who has options even when he has none. It is about learning to act from a place of value, not from a place of lack. These principles are the pillars of the fortress you will build around your desires. Principle 1. Frame every interaction as a proposition, not a plea. The desperate man asks, "What can you do for me?" This is a plea. The powerful man asks, "What can we do for each other?" This is a proposition. You must fundamentally reframe how you approach every interaction. You are not there to take. You are there to trade. You are trading your skills, your time, your presence for something of equal or greater value. This mindset forces you to focus on what you bring to the table, not on what you need from it. Before entering any negotiation or request, you must be ruthlessly clear on the value you offer. Lead with that value. This is what I can deliver. This is the problem I can solve. When you frame the interaction around the value you provide, you are negotiating from a position of strength. You are a merchant, not a beggar. The world respects merchants. It pities beggars. Principle 2. Master the power of the walkaway. The ultimate display of non-desperation is the genuine willingness to walk away. This is your trump card in any negotiation. The moment the other party senses that you are perfectly content to lose the deal if the terms are not favorable, the entire power dynamic shifts. They are no longer in control. You are. To cultivate this power, you must practice it. Mentally rehearse walking away from every opportunity. More importantly, have the courage to actually do it. Say no to a mediocre offer, even if it's the only one you have. End a conversation that is not respectful of your time. This is an act of immense self-respect, and the world takes notice. The paradox is that the more willing you are to walk away, the less you will have to. People will chase you, they will improve their offers, they will fight to keep you at the table, all because you have demonstrated that you are not a prisoner of your own need. Principle 3. Let patience be your primary weapon. Desperation is impatient. It needs a result now. This urgency leads to costly mistakes and weak negotiating positions. Patience, on the other hand, is a devastating weapon. It communicates confidence, stability, and a belief in your own value over time. When you are patient, you give your opponents the space to make mistakes. Their own anxiety and impatience will lead them to reveal their weaknesses and make concessions. In a world of instant gratification, the man who can wait is the man who holds the power. When you feel the urge to rush to force a decision to chase an outcome, you must train yourself to do the opposite. Slow down. Take a breath. Let time do the work for you. Patience is not passivity. It is a calculated, strategic choice to act only when the moment is perfect. This unnerves your opponents and signals to the world that you are playing a long game, the only game that power respects. You have forged the principles of non-neediness. You are learning to act from a position of value, to master the power of walking away, and to weaponize patience. Now, we come to the final and most crucial stage, the execution. This is about integrating these principles so deeply that they become your default state of being. This is how you transform from someone who acts non-desperate into someone who is non-desperate. This is how you fulfill the ruthless rule. Execution. 1. Cultivate an aura of internal abundance. Desperation stems from an internal feeling of lack. The ultimate antidote is to cultivate an internal state of abundance. This has nothing to do with your bank account. It is about building a life so rich with purpose, with mission, with self-development, that any single outcome, a deal, a job, a relationship, becomes a welcome addition, not a desperate necessity. You must have a purpose that is larger than any single transaction. When your self-worth is tied to your mission, not to the outcome of your next negotiation, you become psychologically invincible. This inner richness projects outward as a calm, centered confidence. People will sense that you are not hungry in the same way they are. You are not chasing shiny objects. You are on a path. This aura of purpose is incredibly magnetic and is the absolute opposite of the scent of desperation. Execution. 2. Become the chooser, not the chosen. The desperate wait to be chosen. They apply for jobs and hope they get picked. They pursue relationships and hope they are accepted. They are passive participants in their own lives. You must reverse this dynamic entirely. You must become the chooser. You are not looking for a job. You are interviewing companies to see if they are worthy of your talent. You are not chasing a person. You are assessing if they meet your standards for a partner. This is a profound mental shift from seeking acceptance to granting it. It forces you to have high standards, to be selective, and to evaluate others with a critical eye. This posture of the chooser is the ultimate projection of high value. It communicates that you have options and that access to you is a prize. As Machiavelli would advise, a prince does not ask to rule. He acts as the ruler, and others fall in line. The final state the gravity of non-neediness. When you have fully integrated these lessons, something remarkable happens. You stop needing to try. Your non-desperation becomes your natural state. It is in your posture, your tone of voice, your patient gaze. At this point, you develop a kind of social gravity. Opportunities, people, and resources will begin to flow toward you, not away from you. Why? Because you have become a source of strength in a world of neediness. You are the calm eye in the storm of human anxiety. People will want to be in your orbit because you project the safety and power that they themselves lack. You will no longer have to chase respect. It will be the air you breathe. This is the fulfillment of the ruthless rule. You have not just hidden your desperation, you have transcended it. And in doing so, you have become one of the few who truly understand and wield the quiet, devastating power of not needing a thing.